I'm Kelly from AMS, and I'm here with Austin from Boss. Hi, Austin.
Hey, Kelly, how's it going?
Pretty good. It's good to be here.
It's good to be here and good to be seen.
Yeah, thanks for having us. So you have quite an elaborate setup going on over here. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so this is the brand new Boss VG800. And what it does is it uses the GK5 pickup over a TRS connector and AES EBU cable to go into the unit to alternately tune my instrument within 1 octave.
Oh, wow.
Not only that, but I can also do alternate guitars. So I can model things like Strats, Tellys, Les Pauls, basses, acoustic guitars, mandolin, sitar, banjo.
Wow.
And you also have amplifier and effect processing in it as well. You can load 16 of your own IRs to give yourself expanded, just textures and sounds. You also have a stereo effects loop if you want to incorporate your own pedals. You have stereo out on it. It's a nice small compact pedal size, so it fits on a board really nicely. I may as well just show you what it sounds like.
Please do.
So this is drop C. The guitar stays in standard tuning, and I can retune the instrument from the device.
Oh, wow.
D standard. I can even make my own custom tunings. So for example, F, A, C, F, C, E.
Good song choice. How does that even work?
So it's using the divided pickup, which allows me to send 6 individual signals for each string down the TRS cable. So that way I can individually tune each string how I want.
That's so cool.
Right? This is drop D flat.
Wow.
It also does guitar models as well. So I can do things like a nylon-string guitar. I can also do 12-string guitars as well.
Wow. Is it sacrilegious to say this eliminates the need for you to own multiple guitars?
Yes, it does.
That's crazy.
It eliminates all of that. So if you're so tired of dragging multiple guitars to a gig or having to bring this guitar because of the scale length, also the tuning possibilities. With doing tunings, you have to change strings, you have to change the truss rod, you have to adjust the nut, the saddles. It's such a pain to do that. With this, I can just press a button and it just does it automatically.
Keeping it in tune, too, is always an issue.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Another cool feature is that you can run 2 different guitars simultaneously. Something like this, I have a 12-string acoustic guitar and a distorted Les Paul.
Whoa.
Not only that, I can do basses.
Wow. So you don't even need a band.
No, I don't.
Wow. And it doesn't sound synthetic or anything at all.
No, and the latency on this stuff is pretty much zero. With 0.03 milliseconds, I think is the ADA. But literally, I can do all the guitar rhythm. Any technique, it picks it up, it reads it really nicely. So that way there's no compensating your playing in order to make the synth work. You just do guitar stuff and it just does it.
That's so awesome.
Right? Absolutely amazing. Yeah, and that's pretty much the VG800.
As someone who uses a lot of alternate tunings, that's super exciting to me. It would save me lots of time on stage, I'm sure.
Yeah, and you can make your own custom tunings, any tuning you could think of. You can just turn a knob and it just does it.
That's so cool. Well, yeah. I'll have to get one myself.
You should.
I should. Well, thank you so much. This was really, really awesome. I am here with John from Boss. Hi, John.
Hey, how's it going? Great to have you guys out. Hope you're having a good show so far.
Yeah, we are. It's great to be here.
Thank you.
So what do you have for me? You have quite the elaborate setup over here.
You know what? We have a toy for tube guitar amp lovers like myself that you're going to be amazed by. This is our Waza tube amp expander core. Some of your audience may already know a little bit about our big brother to this, which is the Boss Waza tube amp expander. But now we've taken that technology and we've actually shrunk it down to be smaller, more manageable, compact, yet retain all of the really great features that you know and love from the big guy, but also give you a few new twists as well. And if it's okay, I'll walk you through it and show you what it can do.
Absolutely, please do.
Excellent. So first of all, one of the big things about why this product exists is ever since the dawn of tube amps, right? Players have run into a couple consistent problems.
Sure.
One is guitar tube amps, to sound their best, need to be cranked. They need to be nice and loud. The problem nowadays is, especially with sound engineers and stuff, people want quieter stages. So what is a guitar player going to do when
what
he
do
has
we do? Yeah.
Exactly, see? And so this helps solve one of those problems. So it lets you crank your amp. In fact, right now we're playing through the Bad Cat amp behind you, and that is at concert blistering volume levels right now. We would not be able to have a discussion at all if this was not in the path. But because it is, I can manage that volume, bring it down to a level that we now have full control over. Whether you're going to front of house, whether you're practicing at home late at night and don't want to bother anybody, you can keep your old tube amps, crank them up, and get the most out of them. The other thing that a lot of tube amp lovers and owners have a problem with is just the other modern features that you want to use. Things like integrating effects loops, other effects, delays, reverbs, choruses, all that stuff, because those amps didn't have it like the new ones do, right? So now this also solves that problem. It allows you to integrate your existing effects or pedals if you have those. If you don't, we got some built in for you that are going to handle most of the things that you'd be needing at a gig, all programmable, and with the ability to call that up via foot switch or a knob, all just in an instant. So very powerful.
It's awesome.
And if it's okay, I'd love to run you through some of the front panel features and play a little bit for you so you can hear it for yourself.
Absolutely, please do.
Awesome, let's do it. So this is the device over here, and if I start on my far left here, one of the things that's the most important is the reactive load. The reactive load is what keeps your tube amps feeling the way they're supposed to, even when they're playing at really low volumes, because other types of attenuation can make you lose all the feel of your amp to where when it's at a lower volume, your amp feels like it's just dead. You know, this keeps it. So under the fingers, I'm still getting all my tube amp feel. That amp, like I said, is cranked at concert level right now. If I roll back my volume, it behaves exactly the way the amp would in a room and responds to my touch, to the pick attack, to everything, just like it's supposed to. And all that magic's happening inside this box. So the reactive load is a huge part of that. And we've simplified it so that unlike its big brother, now you just have two dial settings. So you just click one or the other for combo or stack, and you're immediately dialed in. You can move on to the next step. We have 10 programmable rig presets. So once you've gone through and taken everything and dialed it in just the way you like it, save it to a preset. It's always there waiting for you.
Very convenient.
New feature that we've added, and this will be great for fans of the Boss Waza Air headphones that have the spatial 3D sound, because a lot of times if you crank this up and play and it's dry, it's not a lot of fun to listen to, because it's just a blasting loud dry amp. Well, with this, I can go ahead and adjust the air feel. So here's what it sounds like off. Okay, let me put it on full.
Oh, wow. That makes a huge difference.
Now, that's a little more, but normally we put it somewhere in the middle. And when you're using headphones late at night or anything, it gives you that feel of having your amp cranked in the room in a space, which creates all the enjoyment and fun from playing, right? And that's actually in this. It's not in its big brother, so it's a really great new feature. So that's the air feel. Across the bottom over here, I have an output to speaker. This is going to give you 30 watts out to a speaker, unlike its big brother that does 100. Right now, we're listening to the line out on this, which is what I have cranked here. And the knobs are all smooth, continual knobs. There's no stepping or places where you jump from one volume to another. It's nice and smooth. Also, we have our headphone out here. Over here, I have an example of if you have your own pedals and want to integrate those. This is an example. This is our Boss MD500, kind of like a modulation pedal here. And if I want to put that in my rig on like old style Plexi Marshalls that have no master, no effects loops or anything like that, I'm stuck. I have no way to do that. But with the Waza Tube Amp Expander Core, it's a piece of cake. I can just go to the next preset and we'll see it change up here on the screen too.
Cool.
Now the effects loop is integrated into the sound, which is something that you can't do on a lot of older tube amps. If I step to the next preset, now I can roll back my volume, coil tap a little bit, and now I have a nice slap back delay, with some reverb going on. I could go to my next preset, crank up my volume, put down the coil tab, and have a nice SDE 3000 delay, which is perfect for leads or for the 80s hair metal, which is the era I grew up in, obviously, by my playing. So the great thing is you can control your delays, your reverbs, your compressors, your effects loops, and make them all part of the preset so you can make your sound anything you want, send it out to 2 different signal paths. And one other thing here is we have complete control over our direct signals going to front of house or to a recording studio. I can use built-in cabinets if I want from Boss. As I roll down the list, I have all kinds of options for 412s all the way down to
That's a lot of options.
1/8. It is, it's great. So whatever style of music you play, you're going to be able to find the cabinet that works for you, which is cool. If you want to move around the microphones, if you're into the engineering level of things, we can do that. And I can adjust it and put it wherever I want. Or if you've gone down the unfortunate rabbit hole of IRs, we got you covered. I have thousands of them, and I barely have the time to play them all. So now I can select IR over here, and we have 10 included IRs from Celestion built into the box right off the get-go.
Wow.
If I want to, I can use those, or come over here and load in up to 64 of my own IRs in here and combine up to 2 of them and blend them to get just the right sound.
That's
so
awesome.
that's a great new feature too. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but I think I mentioned that you can also use the BT Bluetooth adapter and do all of this editing from your phone or iPad.
Wow, that's super convenient.
If I'm repeating myself, forgive me. And we're actually, your signal right now is hearing another new feature that we have built in this, which is called Mix Assist. That's this little button right up here. And what that does is on the original, if I turn it off and we just listen to the signal without it, this is a signal I kind of dialed in to be intentionally a little bit boomy, a little bit little bottom end, right? And it's full range. You're getting all the bass, all the treble, and everything in between. But for those of people that aren't familiar with parametric EQs, don't know how you feel intimidated by dialing them in, you can hit one button and now it's gonna clarify my sound all just in a moment.
Wow, that's
and
so
now
helpful.
that's gonna, it is, it's really great. It's a time saver and it allows you to focus on the mid-range. So if you're performing live, your guitar is sitting where it's supposed to, not too much bottom, not too much top, it's where everyone's gonna hear you. I think that's most of the big stuff in here. Of course, you have a librarian that you can keep all of this stuff saved for future performances if you like. And pretty much that's most of the biggies that everyone can benefit from by using this with their tube amps.
That's awesome. It seems like a great tool for live performance.
It
seems
is.
like it solves a lot of headaches for a lot of musicians.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, John.
Yeah, it's so great to have you guys out. We appreciate you all and hope you have a great show.
Great to be here. I hope you have a great rest of your show as well. Make sure to head on over to AmericanMusical.com and check out all the awesome new products from Boss.